What is up, everybody? My name is Andrew Mencher, and you are in tune to the Wisdom and Sound Show. What is the Wisdom and Sound Show? Well, this is my attempt to bring you some new information and possibly inspire you into starting your career, or perhaps you've already started and would like to excel in your career. I'm always taking music submissions, so definitely get at me, Andrew at wisdomandsound.com. I love hearing new music, whether it's hip-hop, reggae, classical, jazz, hardcore, pop. It doesn't matter, it's all good. Send them over, I would love to check it out. Also, if you could please share this with your friends and family, or hit the subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to build a great community of like-minded people that want to get better at their craft and help others succeed along their own journey to success. All right, today we have a very special guest, my good friend Bong, also known as KBong. He's a multi-instrumentalist. He also plays keys for the band called Stick Figure. You could check him out, kbongmusic.com. Kevin, welcome to the show. Thanks so much for being here, brother.
Good morning, Andrew. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. What have you been up to lately?
Man, I just been 2016 was a really busy year touring with Stick Figure. It was the first year that we've gone international. We toured about 7 or 8 countries in Europe. Got to Canada, went down to Mexico. And previous to that, we've been traveling the U.S. For about 3 to 4 years. So we've been busy, and I'd say 2016 was the busiest year yet.
Yeah, right. No doubt, man. What propelled you on the European tour? How did you guys get hooked up with that?
So we released our latest record, Set in Stone, was released in November of 2015, which prompted us to do a headlining spring tour in the U.S. in 2016, and we wanted to bring out someone new to support the tour that kind of was making sort of some waves or kind of. So we checked out Raging Fire out of Jamaica, and they're a great band, man. They're really awesome, and actually their latest record was just nominated for a Grammy. But we invited them out to support us on our headlining tour. Wow. As kind of a trade-off to go and support them on one of their headlining tours in Europe. Right. So, yeah, it worked out really well.
Wow. So, how'd you find them? Through the internet or something, or
something like our management kind of did.
Right.
Got contact with their manager and kind of worked out that whole thing.
I got you for sure. So, just curious, because this podcast is about teaching others how to become successful in the music industry, and I'm trying to share ideas and new stories, and that's why I'm obviously thrilled to have you on the show because you've done this. But what got you started, and how did you link up with Stick Figure in the first place?
That's a funny story. People ask me that. And I actually met Stick Figure through Craigslist.
Oh, wow.
I was in San Diego at the time, and I was browsing ads and wanting to kind of just, look at opportunities out there. I was playing bass in a reggae band for a while, and I saw this ad as the opportunity to play keyboards. And at the time, I was kind of dabbling in all the instruments that you would find in reggae music. And right. A friend that played keyboards showed me a few kind of things. The reggae bubble, I like to call it. Yep. Showed me kind of how to do that, and I'm like, man, this is a lot of fun. So I saw the opportunity on Craigslist, and I decided to contact the ad and see where that went.
Wow, yeah, I didn't even know that you had played keys, because I remember you were a bass player when I met you, and so you just respond to this ad. He wants keys, but you like keys, but you weren't proficient yet.
Yeah, it was kind of just like, I just decided to do it and see what happened. And yeah. I definitely was, very amateur at that time.
Sure.
I think the keyboard that I showed up with had speakers on it, and I might I got it for free somewhere. It's kind of one of those sort of toy keyboards you might give a child or something.
Right, right.
But what was really neat is that the audition went well, and I was one of probably about 12 keyboard players that auditioned for the band, and
oh wow,
I was kind of I had the most potential as a reggae keyboardist, and so they saw that in me, and I had studied reggae for a long time.
Yeah.
and so I had a great interest in it, and they chose me. And the kickers said they said that my last name was Bong. They really liked that as well. So that was kind of like the
Totally.
yeah, that was kind of the kicker to call me back. So
Yep. So cool, bro. And then obviously you kindled that relationship with Scott, the singer, over
yeah.
time. And previously you didn't know him though. You just saw him on Craigslist, and that's how you got to meet him. And now you guys are like best buddies, obviously.
Right, yeah. Previously, I didn't know him. I was kind of unfamiliar with the music in general. I might have heard Stick Figure playing at a friend's house once, over like Pandora,
Yep.
and that's kind of the first time I'd heard them. But I hadn't really known much, and I saw the ad and I did a little bit of research, and of course, after joining the band, that's when I was just introduced to this whole world of Stick Figure, and it's been it's been a wild ride ever since.
Yeah, totally. Would you say that Scott's sort of taken you under his wing and mentored you, or how did you get sort of your vision and your focus now for KBong?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I started out as always writing songs in high school.
Yeah.
Guitar was my first instrument.
Okay.
And so I'd always had that dream of, writing my own songs and releasing my own record. And, this was in Hawaii when I was, younger and going to high school and growing up in Hawaii. And then when I moved to San Diego in 2004, I joined a band and I was part of, the songwriting process. And this is the band I was playing bass in. And so I got to kind of continue that dream a little bit with that band.
Yep.
Which then led into going into Stick Figure. And I think with Stick Figure, it just was a little bit easier to pursue my solo career just because of the history of how Stick Figure started as, a solo project. And Scott's, songwriter and producer of the music.
Sure.
And so when I linked up with him, I'm here supporting his dream and playing these songs and learning so much from him. So he definitely acted as that mentor to me and still does, and is always good supportive of anything that I'd like to do with my solo career.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. And that kind of leads me to the next question, which is it's kind of obvious, but like, what are your goals for your solo career, and kind of where do you see yourself in the next 5 or 10 years?
Oh, I'd like to continue writing music, that's for sure. I've been part of Stick Figure now for, 2011 or 12. We've been doing it, and I mean, it's been a wild ride. It just really hasn't showed any signs of slowing down. I mean, we're on like a rocket ship to the moon right now.
Yep.
So I'm really enjoying that.
I love it.
Not sure how far it's going to go, but I'm on the wave now, and I'm riding it. And, that coupled up with my solo career, I released my first solo album in 2014, and I'm going to drop my second one this year. We actually just kind of wrapped up all the songwriting and production. So it's kind of in the final mixing phase now.
Very cool.
So that's going to be exciting. And for me, I just, hopefully continue songwriting and continue putting out records. I already have plans for a third and fourth project that I want to do with my solo career, and continuing to be a part of Stick Figure and doing all I can to forward that movement as well. So
very cool. Well, guys, if you want to check out KBong, you can check out his website, kbongmusic.com. Everything's there, linked to the bio, his music, social media outlets. Definitely check that out. But right now, I want to play a tune for you. This one's called Livin' Easy, featuring Stick Figure by KBong.
Easy living, open up your eyes, it's time to stop believing. Living easy, and we're easy living. We living easy, and we're easy living. Open up your eyes, it's time to stop believing. Living easy, and we're easy living. Here we are, we at it again. When the introductions done and it's time to begin. We're moving steady like the way of the wind, and we'll see the sunshine that'll brighten our eyes. And when the sky cry, where did the day go? We got the cruise now, we gonna take off. The people moving so fast, you need to slow it down. Take a step back, relax, listen to the sound. Living easy, and we're easy living. Open up your eyes, it's time to stop believing. Living easy, and we're easy living. We living easy, and we're easy living. Open up your eyes, it's time to stop believing. Living easy, and we're easy living.
Some say in the summertime the living is easy. When it's cold outside it gets so damn freezing. I can't believe what a wonderful feeling running through my brain and my mind, can you feel it?
Waking up is so worthwhile. Your love, it always makes me smile. Just you and me, going wild. You best believe we got everything you need. We living easy, and we're easy living. Open up your eyes, it's time to stop believing. Living easy, and we're easy living. We living easy, and we're easy living. Open up your eyes, it's time to stop believing. Living easy, and we're easy living.
Feel it in the wave when you lose control.
Feel it in your mind, in your body and soul.
It's a beautiful world, let the light shine through.
Love for this earth and the ocean too.
I'd waken up at the break of dawning.
I'll pick you up, I can hear you calling. Cause I don't wanna wait too long. On and on, it's time to come along. We living easy, and we're easy living. Open up your eyes, it's time to stop believing. Living easy, and we're easy living. We living easy, and we're easy living. Open up your eyes, it's time to stop believing. Living easy, and we're easy living. Easy, and we're easy living. Easy, and we're easy living. We're living easy, and we're easy living. Easy, and we're easy living.
Awesome stuff so far, Kevin. I really appreciate it, man. You know, you sharing this information with us. The reason why I sort of contacted you was because my mom sent me a link to a Long Beach Dub All Stars flyer, and
Yeah.
in Lake Worth, Florida, and I saw that you're on it, and I was like, no way, dude, that is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm excited for that show at the Lake Worth Reggae Fest.
Yeah.
I was down there like 3 years ago. We did that with Stick Figure, and it's really cool that they invited me back and they want to see what I got to offer with my solo set.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because I'm gonna bring in some really talented guys to join me on stage, one or two from the Stick Figure band, you know.
Yep.
So I'm excited, you know, and I just got new material to play, and I'll play some of the old stuff, and you know, I really haven't. I've only done about 3 or 4 live shows
Okay.
as KBong.
Yeah.
So it's new, it's exciting. You know, there's a lot of room for growth. There's a lot of room for experimentation on
Yeah.
stage. You know.
Totally.
So I'm excited. It's gonna be great, and I hope. I know it's gonna be a great turnout, and looking forward to it.
Oh, absolutely. I guess you're on the management company now, or through KBong.
Yeah, it's our management is Ineffable Music,
Yep.
and they oversee everything. And there's a bunch of bands in the Ineffable family
Yeah, I saw
that have
that.
just kind of joined up, and it's pretty amazing what they've been doing for us. And yeah, they're pretty plugged in the scene, and you know, I couldn't ask for a better team to kind of be out there pushing for us and supporting us.
I bet. So you probably have, you know, I'm sure you have a handful of contacts that you can call at any one time to give you advice or to help you or whatever.
Yeah, you know, that's definitely been a blessing, you
Yeah,
know, to be able to
absolutely.
kind of like when I'm applying things to my own career, you know, I can kind of like mimic a few of the things that Stick Figure's done, and I'm like a student of what's going on with Stick Figure and everything, and so It's been really nice.
Yep, absolutely. Well, you of all people deserve it, man, because I know your work ethic and I just know your vibe, and the vibe in your music is exactly who you are, bro. And it's remarkable to me because I know that that's not me authentically, right? Obviously, nobody else is you, but to make songs that are like happy and uplifting like that, it's exactly who you are, and it totally comes out in your music, bro. And it's like, I talk about authenticity. A few of my shows were titled Authenticity. So just to have somebody of your caliber, your passion, your desire, and your heart, bro, it's like, man, I'm so grateful to learn from you just as well.
I appreciate that. I always think I could be working harder. You know what I mean? But
All of us could,
I, but I appreciate that so much. I love performing and I love songwriting, and I always consider when I'm writing a song, what is the listener going to be thinking, or how can they relate this to their lives? And I try to write very universal in a way, in a sense, and
Right.
just kind of share that joy and that enthusiasm that I have been blessed with in my life, and put that through the music, and hope to inspire others. And it's like when I see that music inspire others, and I see people becoming happy or smiling from the music,
Hmm.
it comes around full circle, and it inspires me right back. So that's the goal here, and just putting out as much love and happiness into the world as possible. So
Yep. Well, it's
yeah.
definitely working, man. It's definitely working because as we were talking privately earlier, I was kind of a negative person, and you've definitely rubbed off on me, bro. There's no doubt. So give thanks for that, man. I had actually a recent question from a listener, and
Oh wow.
they wanted to know good ways of promoting your music and getting out there. I mean, booking shows or just building your fan base.
I'd say that they got to get out and just kind of be willing to play anything, anywhere, anytime,
Yeah.
really, whether it's, open mics or playing on the street, going to shows, and getting familiar with the venues around your area would
Mm,
definitely be one. And talking to those bands, hey, great show, introducing yourself. That was a great show tonight. How did you guys get this gig? Or you ever looking for a band to open for you? Hi, my name is, and introduce yourself. And if you've
right.
got a demo of your music, that's even better, or a CD, and hand that, and just get out there, get your name out there. That would be step number one.
Right. Absolutely, man. I always talk about offering something of value to people, and especially it's hard in the music industry because everybody's trying to get their stuff heard. But how can you differentiate yourself? And I think it's coming up with these clever ideas of, meeting people and again, making friends. And that was something on the past episode, and I will continue to talk about because it's something that I'm working on myself. Is just you want to make friends, really. I think that's what it's really comes down to first and foremost, right?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. There's definitely want to stand out as much as you can from the group, and I think just being personable like that is a big makes a big difference.
Right. Yeah, absolutely, man. So, would you consider yourself an artist, entrepreneur, or I guess just an entrepreneur?
You got to be both. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it definitely helps to be both. And I also consider myself a designer. I studied graphic design at San Diego State for 4 years,
Oh, cool.
and when I graduated, I was working as a graphic designer, but I eventually just wanted to do music full time, so I do graphic design on the side. Um, and when I do it on the side, it also includes doing all my branding for KBong, and merchandise and album artwork, and all that stuff is really crucial. So it's like that combined with managing yourself and
Yep.
also being the songwriter. There's a lot of different hats that you wear, and I
Yeah.
definitely consider myself an artist, like an artist entrepreneur, I guess, if that's a
Yep.
term.
That's
Artist
well,
entrepreneur.
yeah, actually that was I had two episodes, Artist Entrepreneur Part 1 and 2.
The entrepreneur part didn't come quite as naturally to me, or as far as, I feel like in the beginning, it was quite challenging, especially when your product is yourself. because
Right.
you have to be like totally confident and just stand behind your product, and that doesn't always come easy when you're an artist.
Yep.
You just have to kind of learn how to take criticism and stuff like that very lightly, and you know
Oh man,
you don't
that's
want to be too confident in yourself. You know what I mean? You have to be humble a little bit, and
true.
be open to suggestions. So it can be quite challenging. I feel like I would be a lot better if I was selling um, something that wasn't myself, say, I don't know, phones or something. But
Yep.
I've learned that, okay, I'm selling myself, I'm selling these songs, like this is the product, and really believe in it and stand behind it. And, that's led to a little bit of success. So,
Right. Wow, bro. That's awesome. Because I talk about having this belief in yourself or developing that. And that's something that I've never had before. And it's something that I probably still don't have. It's just a matter of knowing that you have to do what you're passionate about and put it out there, man. And I mean, that's what this show is about. It's about to inspire people to start putting their artwork out there and to start letting the creative juices flow and really make an impact on the world, because it's something I never really took serious until recent. To develop that self-belief, I think maybe it's not there right away, but it comes over time. And I think what you just touched on, by having those small successes, probably has boosted your confidence and boosted your self-belief.
yeah, definitely has. Yeah, life is life is crazy, man. It's a trip. There's just so many people living in this life, and there's so many things going on, and we're very fortunate, being in America and just having that kind of opportunity.
Yep.
Having the choice to, I want to be an architect, or I want to be a musician, or I want to be a doctor, or maybe I just, want to be a bartender, or be a surf instructor, as I'm out here in Waikiki looking at the waves right now.
Right.
But we have, we have all these opportunities, and it is really, life is what you make of it,
Yeah.
and it's amazing. And to just kind of like sit back, take a deep breath, and think about that, and it really helps me pursue what I'd like to do. And that, combined with surrounding yourself and putting yourself in the right atmosphere and surrounding yourself with a good group of people that are also making life, what they want to make of it, it really, really helps to push you forward and, follow your dreams.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I always read about it's very important the people you associate with, and that, if your own folks are sort of that negative voice, you want to just get that out of your life. You want to be around people that are pushing you and are pushing themselves every day, and that are hungry about it. I mean, that's my journey, bro, and that's what I'm trying to do. And that's obviously why I reached out to you and trying to do what I'm doing, because this is going to help other people, man. And this is how I provide a service. Obviously I love doing this podcast. It's my passion. I've been a musician and a audio and engineer for a long time. And this is just how I give back and build this community, and really make something with what I'm passionate about. Yeah, man, it's awesome just to get this information from you, and it helps me go on my journey and continue on my path as well. So yeah,
Definitely,
man.
that's what it's all about.
Yep, absolutely. Right on, brothers. So, any last advice that you might have for aspiring artists or anybody that could benefit from listening to this podcast?
Yeah, man, there's something that really stuck with me on this last tour I went on with a group called The Movement. And you might have heard of The Movement just because they're out of like South Carolina area, and they're right there on the East Coast. But I was talking with their drummer, who's a good friend of mine, and we call him, we dubbed him the Prince of Positivity, man, because he's always just this super enthusiastic, positive guy, and he's always got great sayings. And one thing that he said on this last tour that really stuck with me is that it's a mission, not a competition, And I felt like, wow, that was so amazing when he said that, because when you're around all these other bands and everyone's trying to get their hit song out there, or everyone's trying to have the best-selling record or have the biggest crowds or whatever, it can definitely, easily, and naturally turn into a competition. You know what I mean? I want to sell more tickets than this band right here. I want to sell more. But it doesn't have to be, and especially when it comes to the message in our music, promoting positivity and good vibrations and living your life free and etc. etc.
Yeah.
Let's do it together as one mission, and it's a mission of love and peace and uplifting our souls, to better our lives. And so that really resonated with me, to just always focus on that. Together, we're doing this together, you know what I mean? So for any aspiring artists out there, keep that in mind as you're out there and getting your name out there and writing songs. And I think if you approach it like that, man, people will catch on for sure.
Yeah, man, that's very cool, bro. By spreading that love and spreading that positivity, that's all you can do. I mean, that's the best thing you can do to really teach people and to be it. You know what I mean? It's not about talking the talk. It's really, you have to walk the walk. Give thanks, Kevin, for sharing all this information for sure. Check out kbongmusic.com, you guys. He's on social media, all that stuff, KBong.
Yeah, I think Instagram is one of the more popular platforms now. So just at KBong Music there. And of course, kbongmusic.com. And Hopes and Dreams was my first record in 2014. And look out for my next record coming out this year. Tentative release date's going to be at the end of May or June. So just stay in touch with me on Instagram, Facebook, and my website. And look forward to the release coming out.
Okay, yeah, man. What's the name of that record?
It's going to be called Good Lovin'.
Good Lovin'. Right on. Stays in with the theme. I actually heard a little excerpt that Gabe shared with me, and it sounds good, bro. Really nice.
Nice.
Yeah, so.
Nice. You got that exclusive sneak peek.
I did. But thanks, man. I really appreciate you, Kevin. And like I said, bro, if you ever need anything at all.
No doubt. Nothing but love for you as well, man. And thanks for having me on the show. And as soon as a new song comes out, man, I'll be sending it your way.
Yeah, all right. Give thanks, Kevin. I'll talk to you real soon, brother.
All right, sounds good, Andrew.
All right, man. Peace out.
Blessings, brother.
Yeah, man. So, guys, if you've gotten some insightful information from this episode, please share it with your friends and family. Click on subscribe. You can check out my website at wisdomandsound.com. It's always appreciated. Once again, I want to thank you for being here. My name is Andrew Mencher, and this is Wisdom in Sound.